Well, how's it going? Behind me is my wife's 2011 Subaru Impreza. I already have it up on jack stands, and we're gonna do a quick oil change. So what you're gonna need is 5 quarts. It doesn't take all of it, but you will need at least 5 quarts of 5W30. The 2011 Subaru Impreza does call for full synthetic. We got a Wix 57712 oil filter. I used to use the Subaru ones, but during the pandemic, I didn't like the quality of the blue ones, so I made the switch to Wix. If you can find the black Subaru ones, those ones are still good from my understanding, but I switched to Wix. They seem to be all right. 65mm oil filter wrench. This is actually an OEM Honda one, but they also work for Subaru. We got a 17mm wrench for the drain bolt. And then we also have the drain bolt gasket. It is part number 11126AA000. And you can just buy a pack of these. They're not too bad. I always recommend replacing them. And they also work for the automatic transmission, which I'm going to be doing later today too. So you're going to need a funnel for refilling the engine, and then also a drain can. So I think that's everything. Let's get started. All right, so let's pop the hood. So just to give you an idea where everything's at, I'll run over a few things. Obviously, this is where you check the oil. This is where you fill the oil. Right there is the transmission dipstick if you have an automatic transmission. And again, if you have a automatic, you'll have a transfer case dipstick that's back in there. So those are the main things that I'll be working with today. But for right now, I'm just dealing with the oil. So let's go underneath the car. So to go over a little bit of the drains, so this one right here is your oil drain. That's for the engine oil. This one right here is for the transfer case. It takes a T70. I'll go over that when I go over that fluid. And then right here, you have your transmission fluid. Right now, we're just going over this. It's a 17mm. Ah, man, that was tight. It really shouldn't be that tight. Yeah, I don't know why it was stuck on there good. Man. That or I just gotten weaker in my old age. So we're going to let that drain, and I'm going to clean up this and get a new seal on it. I don't know how much it matters, but you'll notice that these gaskets have a flat side, and then they have like the bubble crush side. I always put the flat side on the bolt head side. Again, I don't know how much that matters. All right, well that's finished draining. I'm going to break the oil filter loose. Now I did forget, the oil filter wrench takes a 17mm socket, and I use these because I change the oil while the engine's hot, and these heat shields are pretty toasty. So I got the oil filter loose, clean that up, and we'll seal it up, move the drain pan, and then drain that. Now there are torque specs to this, but all I do, and this is probably why it was too tight last time, is I just start tightening it, so now it's touching, and then you can start feeling it crush. And then I just go until right there, and I just snug it up. That's it. That's all you need to do. This part can be really messy. Whoop, 17mm for you, bud. Ooh, that's hot. Yeah, I used the Wix on the last change too. All right, let's get some of this stuff out of here. After you get your oil filter out, I don't know if you can see. Here, let me bring you closer. So your oil filter is right in there. And if you ran your car, this right here, the exhaust heat shields get super, super hot. You will burn yourself as I put the gloveless hand up there. So I guess I can show you. If you've never done one of these before, maybe it'll be a little helpful. This is the oil filter housing. It's just around all of this exhaust stuff. You want to make sure you clean it and make sure that the oil filter seal did not stick to that. Now it should be on the can, but if you didn't change the oil before, someone could have double stacked seals. Sometimes when you unscrew it, especially if they use a cheaper filter, the O-ring will stick to the housing, and then you'll throw on your new filter without knowing it, and you'll stack seals, and it could make a catastrophic leak on you. So always check to make sure that that's clean and the sealing surface is all clean before you install your new filter. All right, let's go up top. I always pre-fill these with a little bit of oil, and then I oil the O-ring, so I'll show you how I do that. So here's a, wait a second. Oh, look at that. The gasket is still in the oil filter. You know, I was just complaining about how Subaru's filters weren't that good. Uh-oh. Well, look at that. That's that piece. Check your filter. I don't know if it would have damaged anything, but it would have blocked some of the holes, I bet. Blocked the flow. I can do it without making a mess. Woo! That should do it. All right, we're all filled up. Ta-da, full. And usually I just hand tighten these. Just go as tight as you can with your hands. Get it tight enough. I've never had them leak. There we go. And that down there. All this will burn off. Well, I guess that's all there is from down here. Now let's go fill it up. I'm gonna be using a funnel for this. A little sideways pour it. Here's a little tip for a reminder. I do this to all my cars, so I know what oil it takes and how many quarts it is. Now this is with an oil filter change because I always replace the oil filter. But that's just a quick reminder so you don't have to look it up every time, you know? Am I gonna make a huge mess? That is the question. So I also marked it. So I know it takes 4.4 quarts, so I marked a half a quart there. I want to leave that in. Besides the half a quart I dumped on my workbench. But we'll ignore that. Yeah, see, it pours great out the side. Pours wonderful. There we go. Half quart left. So always check your cat, make sure you don't have anything milky or crazy under there. That would be bad. I think you would know though. So you might be wondering why I'm sweating. Look at this, 90, 98, something like that, 97 degrees in my garage. It's hot. All right, that's really all there is to it. You know, it's pretty easy. Takes usually about 30 minutes. Hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully it's helpful. If you want to see other fluids, I'm doing all of them today, and I'm going to upload them all as separate videos. So if you're interested in the front diff, or the transmission, or the rear diff, I'll be doing that today. You guys, take care. I'm out.